Hello, my dear students. Now it will be a lecture, and as usually I pronounce lecture number is 11. 11, and we've been talking in previous lectures. We've been talking about aerodynamics, strength, aircraft design, aircraft structure, flight dynamics, and another interesting and romantic matters. But do remember when everything this is extremely important, of course, for real life. If no manufacturing, no realization of all those matters into real flying vehicles. So right now we are starting to talk about manufacturing, and before we start talk about matters we're interested in, first I will show you what I recommend you as a literature. Once again, it's a very serious book. It's a big book for students who are really studying exactly manufacturing processes. And for introductory, it's too much, of course. So mostly you need to refer to my explanation, to my lectures. That is why we have lectures and practical classes. But when you need to read more, if you're interested to know more and at all source of information for you, I recommend you this book. Today we will use it sometimes for illustrating of my words. And what else I should say? We have already some practical classes about design, aerodynamics, so on. And we will continue yet with practical classes in that direction yet. Some classes about airplane aircraft, I would say, aircraft history, and some classes about aircraft design and things that we have not discussed in the mainstream, let's say, of our lectures. And in lectures, it will be 6 lectures about manufacturing processes, about technology at all. And some classes will be about practical classes about technology, more practical, let's say, than just lectures. And in one of these practical classes, I give you additional practical task. No, that's it. And let's start. And before we goes into studying the manufacturing processes, peculiarities, and so on, first we need to talk about definitions and concepts. And the very first, do forgive me, I will use immediately. I have prepared my channel. I will use it immediately without additional making slides. Slides we will have, but not about this place that we're going to study right now. First, we need to talk about what we understand as technology at all. Actually, even before this, we need to talk about production. No, not even production cycle. It's called product life cycle at all. What we understand as product life cycle, but better we'll talk about at the end when we already have surveyed everything and approximately understand everything. Approximately understand. No one understands it completely, you know. And then we will do a survey of production of product life cycle when it comes about aircraft. So technology. What is understood as technology? In our language, we have two different words: технология и техника. Technology and something like technique. Да? But in English, they have only one word for two different concepts. Technology, in one hand, understood as families of vehicles, let's say. For instance, aerospace technology. The native carrier of English language understand it like aircraft, airplanes, space rockets, and so on. Aerospace technology, vehicles. And one more direction of this word, let's say, technology in the widest understanding. Now, we are not talking about production technology yet. Technology in the wide meaning is the way to reach your goal it's some another idea at all, another concept. And first we will talk about this general concept, and next we will goes into details about manufacturing. Well, do forgive me for a second. Allergy, high fever. Very well. So, product life cycle. No, I, as already said, I use my own notes. Let's say it's lecture notes for students that you right now see, and product life cycle definition you see here. Certain of phenomena and processes repeating and in intervals determined by the lifetime. Where we are, we will be somewhere here when we're talking about manufacturing, but also as a period next, we will be somewhere here also. And here is, you see some definition of technologies, technology, and now technology is in widest meaning. First, a set of techniques and methods of raw materials obtaining, processing, and storaging. That is not the widest meaning. It's already technology which related immediately to manufacturing. So it's like manufacturing technology. What we understand as technology at all, and what are the objects of technology? Actually, technology is something like a plan, a way, transformation that help you to reach, explain you, help you how to reach some aim, how to reach some goal that you stated for yourself. And it should be said, it's important that technology is not only about manufacturing. Kinds of technology, not kinds of technology, it's not maybe correct because it's more narrow and more narrow concept. No, let's say fields of technology right now. By the word, pay attention here. One more definition of technology, which is more wide. A set of purposeful actions, processes, and means of their implementation deliberately organized in order to achieve the intended results. So you have some intention, and the way how to realize this intention into life is technology. And quite clear, it comes not only about manufacturing. For instance, if your intention, however weird it sound for you, maybe, if your intention to get married, to get marriage with some lady or boy, you apply some technology. You're trying to catch attention. You're trying to make this person to pay attention to you, and so on. It's technology. What I do to you right now, I'm trying to change you. I'm trying to give you knowledge. I'm trying to change you inside. It's also technology. It's educational technology. When someone, some doctor give you medicine or something like this, it's medical technology. And so no, you see, here is some fields of technology, maybe not all of them. But you see here the list of fields of application of this word. And actually, as you might see, manufacturing, medical, energetic, agricultural, social, informational, so on. And due to this, usually when we, in real class and we may communicate, students say, so we are all surrounded with technologies. Yes, we live in the world of technologies. Even little child somewhere in baby carriage, when this little child, born, not really baby, not talking yet, not understanding anything, at least seems like, it may apply technology to catch attention of adults. How? Any baby knows that as only it start crying, adults will be around its baby carriage. And we all use this technology without any studying, when we without any teaching to this technology when we were babies, So technologies, once again, technology is much more wider understanding that you have seen at the beginning, and that we uh, get no we used to think, we get used to think, let's say, about. And once again, remind you, when it comes about English word technology, it's not just multi-meaning like in our language. I can't say exactly what about Chinese language, whether you have different words or not. But in English, you need to remember that it may comes about technology as the way to change something, or technology as the group of vehicle. Usually, when it comes about technology as a group of vehicle, it comes together. This word comes together with some adjective, no, something like aerospace technology, automotive technology, and so on. In this case, it comes about vehicles. So, object of technology, it's important. And we need to understand also that we have not finished it even with definition. Do forgive me, no pictures practically yet, no illustrations. Maybe it's boring for you to listen to me. No, sorry. I may show you the picture. I know where to show you the picture. It will be even in English. I do not understand why it's disappeared in my English version of mentor classes. Wait a second. Just to make you less bored, let's say. Так, that one. And the same discipline, but for Ukrainian children. There are English one, and here is. Oh, I have already translated it. No, whatsoever. Somewhere it's existing pictures in English. Well, let's watch this. This scheme. It's explanation about technology schematically. And in technology definitions, there are two hidden points, not even two hidden points, maybe three hidden points. What these hidden points, hidden moments? No, one thing you have already understood. There is someone, some person, operator, subject, the one who is willing, the one who make plans. Here is, you see, this blue creature symbolize the person. Quite clear, it comes about some intellectual person. It's not plant, animal, or something like that. But to be frank, animals are also able to apply technology, to apply technologies and to apply it to us. To us, I mean, to people. You know, when cat meowing, maybe they mean to get food from you. You're trained people, no, to feed them, or something like this. So usually it's called subject of technology. Subject, it means someone in this case, the one who is willing, operator in this technology, the one who making plans. Compulsory we have object, something that technology applied to, directed in to, and this object is change the state during the technology application, and it was some raw initial state, and finally it will be a state that satisfy your need somehow. What does it mean to change state? It means that it may be change it in shape, it may be changed in size, it may be changed really what in state somehow, whatever this word means right now. And once again, object changes during applying technology. And here is second hidden point, which is called transformation. So technology compulsory include person who making plans, and this plans is about how to transform the object, transformation. And one more important moment in technology, What, for instance, I take the piece of fabric usually, or piece of paper. I take piece of paper, I take pencils, brushes, paint, and start drawing something, painting something, uh, to do a piece of art. Is it technology or not? Or I took a piece of stone and I have created, for instance, a beautiful sculpture. No, of course, I do not possess such skills. No, you understand. It's example. Is it technology or not? No, we understand it as art, but it's also the set of transformation that lead to some preliminary intended planned aim, goal. Yes? Agree? How to distinguish when we're talking about technology as way of transformation, planet way of transformation, or when we're talking about art. And here is, it will be even picture in English now. You see, no, technology is about how to get predetermined desired results. Here is such piece of scheme in English. Nah, great. Where it disappeared from English discipline? No idea. I need to take it back, to place it back. And technology, once again, include three moments like hidden in this definition. First, it's algorithm of transformation, you see, which lead to desired intended results. We understand it already. And what is the difference between technology and art? Piece of art can't be repeated someone exactly like it is in the same way. After short training, piece of art is unique thing that is not to be repeated. It's maybe copied somehow. It's maybe, especially by modern means, yes. It's maybe even replied, no, replicated, repeated sometimes. But it's not about to be reproduced exactly. It will be visible anyway that it's a copy of piece of art, and even copying of this piece of art usually take, whether it comes about sculpture, whether it comes about whatsoever, garden design, for instance, or buildings, or if it's piece of art, it's not to be repeated. And technology, after short training, technology is has such ability, has such property, may be repeated by another person with the same results, with the same quality after some short training. No, short training, not quite short training. No, it's relatively short training, you understand. So technology is something that may be applied repeatedly by different operators, by different person. And once again, what these three secret moments? Algorithm of transformation. We have some aim, we have some, we mean to reach some exact results. Hidden word transformation, object is changed during this technology application. And technology has property of repeatability by another person. What that is technology. Now let's come back to what we have started with, just in case that we don't need, maybe. Okay, let's leave it here. On the left, you understand, you see my picture, let's say, and on the right, you see piece of art of Michelangelo Buonarroti in Italy, masterpiece. Well, where we have been, we need this, and we need also this. So you understood, I hope. And No, that important moment in the scheme, it was visible. Object. What is object of technology? What might be those objects of technology? Do pay attention. Uh, Next post. No? Here is. And once again, it's maybe some piece of nature. Raw materials, so-called raw materials. Uh, Earth, water, oil, gases, whatsoever. Wood, whatever. It's maybe some semi-finished product that have been already processed preliminary by someone else. As object of technology, it may be information. When it comes about informational technology, when it comes about social technologies, it may be information. The energy also is object of technology, you understand it. Biological objects, including us, plants, animals, we are humans. And when plants, for instance, they may be the objects of agricultural technologies, medical technologies, when you mean to cure someone with plants, and animals, they may be objects of, do forgive me, food technologies, again, agricultural technologies, medical technologies. Also, you know that some animals are used not only for scientific studies, but they also use for for reproductive technologies, let's say, or for curing technologies. Some of their organs, some of their materials, let's say, they are used in medicine. And human may be the object of technology of education, of technology, of medical technology. The worst, of course, that we are all maybe objects of social technologies, and it means that we may be manipulated by someone. No, knowing that you are willing person, also maybe unwilling object of technology, maybe will help you to distinguish when you are the subject of technology operator or when you are the object of technology in future. And one more important moment about this word, this concept technology, that technology, besides of growth of vehicle, besides of algorithm of transformation to reach the preliminary planet aim, may also be understood as a science, branch of science. In the most general understanding, let me to highlight to you this one. Science, technology, analyze, reveal, summarize physical, chemical, social, and whatsoever law, principles of object transformation processes. So technology as a science deal with principles of object transformation. It's study how to transform objects, how to do it more effectively, how much it costs, how long it will take you, and other matters to find more rational variants of these processes, whatever it comes about manufacturing, about social technologies, about biological technologies, you understand. Well, and the basic principle, as I wrote here, but this basic principle, of course, it's already we are talking about manufacturing technologies. The basic principle of manufacturing technology, science of manufacturing technology, is to ensure products manufacturing of first according to specification of it. It's quality. Quality is the degree of correspondence of some object or process or service to customer need. So when we're talking about demanded quality, we mean that it corresponds to some specification. No, this specification usually it comes about someone needed, either this object or this product or whatsoever. This someone needed. It has some list of demands, let's say, and object completely correspond to this list of demands. Object or process or service is called qualitative, and if it's not correspond to this list of demands, it's not qualitative. Quite clear, this list of demands depends on the person who demanded, and quality is a relative characteristic, you understand. When it comes about manufacturing, such a quality is preliminary written somewhere, it's like fixed in a paper, and how it's fixed, what does it mean, quality. When it comes about aircraft, when it comes about aircraft of object of production, you understand, of course, that aircraft has so-called flight performances, and these flight performances, the group of properties of aircraft, they should be repeated in, if we have program of manufacturing, we have one aircraft to produce or dozen or some hundreds, the same flight performances should be repeated in each particular object of our manufacturing. And that is understood as demanded quality of aircraft. Later we'll talk about more about this. Next, as I already said you, we have program of manufacturing. Usually we do not produce, any manufacturing actually is started without secret purpose to buy it, to sell it next. Usually manufacturing process it's finished with passing of the object being manufactured to someone else, and of course with some compensation to those who have produced it, I mean money. And the quantity and actually a time of what have been spent for this time also may be demanded by customer, for instance. Do it now, for instance, like food technology. Do it during 2 hours, or I don't need it, I will go to another manufacturer, to the next coffee. You understand it, that? So program, it comes about quantity and term of manufacturing. And you see the basic principles: quality, degree of correspondence to specification; quantity, about how much and when it will be produced; and one more moment, which is extremely important for manufacturer himself, not even for those who, not for customers, not for those who about to buy our product: minimum expenses of cost, time, and labor force. Our secret aim actually to have profit during manufacturing. We of course working to produce some objects and to sell them, but really our aim is to have profit, and out of this profit you have money for life, you have money for developing further development of your manufacturing, to have either more money or more free time, let's say, when you are not working, and maybe on your leisure, working with your hobbies. So once again, technology as a science study how to produce something on the demanded level of quality, on time and in specified amount of objects, saving simultaneously saving the expenses. And expenses may be understood of expenses of any resources, money, your time, the labor at all, because for instance, when manufacturing process is computerized, is automated, it's called, you spend your time, yes, but you may spend your time in different way. On low level of technological perfection of manufacturing, you need to work by hands, for instance. On high level, when it's computerized, when it's automated, you are just watching the work of robot, for instance, in robots. Some robots, some automatons, some automated machines, for instance, computer driven. And yes, you're spending your time. You're not spending your labor. You're not working by hands at this moment. You hope understand me. And next, here is definition of aircraft manufacturing technology that we are mostly talking about. It was like introduction in understanding of our world of technology. That aircraft manufacturing technology is the field of mechanical engineering technology. It's a branch of mechanical engineering technology. Again, you already understood, I hope, that mechanical engineering technology, it's already significant narrowing of this concept of technology at all. Yes. So aircraft manufacturing technology is a field of mechanical engineering technology as a science that deal with aircraft production processes and relationship of these processes and the law of their development and changing. Now, in your tests next, I do not demand, no way that I demand you to remember such difficult definitions or something like this. The only thing I need you is to understand now that we are talking about multi-meaning word technology. Mostly we're talking about technologies now as the algorithm of transformations. And time to time we also deal with technology as a science when it comes about some scientific studies of that or another processes. And for introductory classes, it's enough if you start at least distinguish to understand the basics of system of technologies, of manufacturing technologies, because I should said that no, next we start to talk about classification, categorizing of processes. And in this categorizing of processes, you will see that we're talking about some hundreds of different technologies, if not even talking in details. It's dreadful amount of different techniques of transformation people have invented by now already, and we need to talk about. We're going to talk about those things by groups. Next, we need to understand how they are applied in aircraft manufacturing, and next, finally, what we are going to talk about. It's called technological pre-production or technological lead time, the period when we preparing the manufacturing. And aircraft manufacturing technology as a science, actually it's deal with stages of manufacturing and itself, no, manufacturing and repair if necessary. Next, after a product was sold, distributed to the customer, and time to time, it's maybe like sent back, let's say, of course, not to the same manufacturing facility usually, but the same similar technology may be applied to restore some properties or shapes or whatsoever of the object. And we dealing with, on one hand, manufacturing process itself at some with some preliminary processes which resulted in prepared, ready to the systematic work manufacturing. Manufacturing is repeated, it's cyclic work. When the same cycles, the same things, they are repeated to dozens or hundreds of objects. And in order it's efficiently work no, by ages, not by ages, of course, but so long as you need it. Preliminary is preceded with a period of preparation. And this period of preparation, technological pre-production, it's also the field of our study. Let's continue. The first thing we need to understand again some basic points. Transformations. I already said we have kinds of transformations, and these kinds of transformations usually we divide onto 5 big groups. Time to time I will draw in front of you, and such groups of transformation, they are usually shown as a chain, or really like one by one. But it's doesn't mean that particular object, when we deal with some object, it's really following along this chain, and that's it. Typically, object repeat transformation of different groups, we will see like traveling along this chain, front, back, and finally it leaves this chain and goes next. And what are these 5 big groups? They are divided according to so-called kind of production or kind of manufacturing. What we understand as kind of manufacturing. Now, some terms and definitions, they are given according to our country standards. You understand that first we have standards for items, let's say, for physical objects, for instance, and we also have so-called terminology standards. They even called like this, like for instance, sheet metal stamping, terms and definitions, concepts, terms and definitions, something like this. Right now you see the number of standard here and English name of the standard: technological preparation of production, terms and definition, and basic concept. Of course, it's not in English. Of course, it's maybe either in Russian language, if it's old Soviet standards that have not been changed by that moment, or it will be in Ukrainian. But together with definitions in our language, usually it comes at least some names in other languages, and there it's possible to find terms and definitions, in particular in English. So kinds of production. Do pay attention. Here it said that its classification category of production distinguished, like selected, pointed out on the basis of applied methods of manufacturing. What is understood as kind of production? The kind of physical and mechanical transformation, what really we do, applied to the object in order to make transformation. Some physical, mechanical, chemical principles may be different in order to make transformation in object. Next will be more understandable. Those theoretical means, theoretical concepts, it's usually rather dreadful thing. We need to start with it in order to make some order in our brains. Very well. So 5 big groups of transformation. The first group is called transformation of natural objects. It comes that on the entrance we have raw materials. Besides of raw materials, it may be water. Raw materials, ores, metal ores. It's maybe water. It's maybe energy. Actually, energy, it's included in each type of transformation. We need energy in different way. Metals, plastics, ceramics, alloy of metals on the exit of this transformation. Originally, each transformation in schemes were reproduced like black box, let's say. We do not... Where am I? Here is. How to move it to another place? No, not here. Somewhere in my folders. We will draw anyway similar scheme. And why this scheme is not prepared for you preliminary in these slides? How to place it in order it's not interfere the screen, but on other hand, it's give me opportunity to operate the screen. I'm afraid to remove it because in this case I may lost attention and not notice that something wrong happened. As it was already sometimes when I've been recording your classes. Well, you see, Transformation of natural objects. Usually, it's not about manufacturing of aircraft. Usually, it comes about product of metallurgical, chemical industry. No, mostly it comes about when we're talking about manufacturing technologies. Once again, we represent this scheme in the view of so-called black boxes. Black boxes, it means that we do not trying to understand what is inside. Да? We watch only what is on entrance, what is on exit. Originally, on entrance we have natural objects, whatever kind they are, so-called raw materials. It's metal ores, it's wood, it's water, raw oil, gas, whatever. Some minerals, some organic, non-organic materials. And finally, what it may be resulted in, either in appearing of some pure metals, or in metal alloys, or in materials like ceramics, for instance. Ceramics may be also traditional ceramics we get used to, so-called soil, да? Or it's maybe already metal ceramics, even powder metallurgy, so call it. And next, it goes to the next transformation. Next transformation is transformation of shape. And in this group of transformation, it means that volume of object is not changed, but outer sizes of objects, they are subjected to significant changes. And here is, in this kind of transformation, are hidden such things like, casting, so-called bulk transformation. It comes about forging. In our language, in our languages even, we have different words, different names for forging groups, which in English they are called just forging. But we have different words. We call it some group of these processes, it's called forging, and another big group of these processes, it's called volume stamping. When it comes about English, once again, they call everything forging. Next, what we call sheet metal stamping. It's called stamping also in English. Moreover, this word stamping usually is understood exactly in English as a sheet metal stamping, in contrary to our languages. And there are some another techniques here. What in particular, as I said, you exists so-called powder metallurgy. Maybe it should be placed here when it comes about sintering, not even melting, but sintering of some powder into ready project, because powder metallurgy work immediately with shaping technologies already. Next, transformations of volume. No, traditionally in this group, they were so-called cutting technology. If we inventing something like slogan for each of those group, or one word, maximum two, that characterize the group, this transformation of natural objects, it may be called fusion, not even melting, not even merging, fusion. No, very unusual English word that can't be translated to our languages. For instance, I don't know about Chinese language, but to our language, it's not translatable with one word. To translate this idea, fusion, it's necessary to use some words, some collocations, let's say, of words. And when it comes about transformation of shape, no, here is, we may call it shaping or forming. Forming or shaping, making form, making shape. When it comes about transformation of volume, traditionally, as I said, it was cutting. But now, how now? Not less than 25 years already, quarter of century. It's now it's for me. but for you maybe it's all your life. Do forgive me, considering your age. Appeared so-called additive manufacturing. It's comes about 3D printing, as it's usually called by people. And next group is that one. Slogan for this next group is heat treatment and coating, protective coats. It's transformation of superficial properties. Really, it's more wide group. It's include, besides of heat treatment and protective coating, it's include some methods of plastic deformation. What here is the transformation of shape. We may call also deformation, shaping, forming, deformation. But this word deformation somehow hidden in this group either, because methods of superficial deformation, they may be applied either to change only superficial properties or may be applied for transformation of shapes, to change shape also. Next, transformation of spatial position. Here it comes mostly about assembling and joining. No, together with assembling, like hand in hand goes so-called mounting processes. And actually joining is the portion of assembling and mounting processes. No, if necessary to understand transformation of spatial position, once again, assembling, joining, mounting. And inside of each of those groups, it will be a lot of not even processes, but first it comes about different subgroups. And next it comes about the processes inside of these subgroups and sub-subgroups. Of course, we may start drawing immediately this scheme, but really maybe more simple for you will be first to see some illustrations, maybe even short video, and next all the information that we have got, we will try to align into scheme. To be frank, why I said we have no such a scheme, like why I have no one sheet, one piece of paper or one screen with this scheme. Each time we draw it together with students, together really in classes, it's a little bit technical, not simple for me, but better for you, for your understanding. And what else? As I said to you, it comes about hundreds of different technologies, and any attempt to align everything to one piece of paper, this piece of paper will be of enormous size. This screen, no, of course, computer help in this meaning that we may see, we may place endless, let's say, sheet of paper in Paint or somewhere else and try to create such a scheme. Usually we see these schemes by pieces. They are given in different books, they are given in standards, but really by pieces, by portions, because once again, if you try to categorize all those processes that exist by these groups, subgroups, classes, subclasses, it will be too much. It's a very difficult scheme to understand and to watch at all, like to understand what is it in this scheme. So usually it's not given like the only scheme for whoever. Well, let's proceed with particular technologies. Let's watch. It was it was in real class, you see, and at this point we're going to stop today, but really we of course not stopping, we continue, and in order to continue I would like to find next. Так, theoretical, it was, let's go down, we have been somewhere here lecture first, lecture second, lecture third. I will stand on this place. Like this, in order to see some illustration next. But first we will work with slides. Slides are already here. And once again, the book I have recommended to you, some pages, let's scroll. No, somehow it's explanation of these black boxes, let's say, manufacturing process, its application, what you see, да? Manufacturing process, what it's consists of, let's say, the scheme of manufacturing process. We have starting raw materials, not compulsory raw, it's maybe some semi-finished material if it comes about real manufacturing. Next, manufacturing process in the view of black box, yes. And next we have results. Results are the useful objects that really been produced, and some wastage, scrap and wastage. And to this black box, here is additionally applied compulsory some energy, some, no, it's called power here, some labor force applied, and plus to this machinery and tools typically is applied. It's used in manufacturing process. And one more important thing is not mentioned here in no, like usually in our books it's shown as information, energy, labor force, and some something like machinery and tools, some mechanical devices. Here is introduction in manufacturing process, chapter 1, and the most basic points, let's say, explain it in the first chapter. And next we will see some. Here is no, it's about materials, it's not our subject right now. Next you will see some schemes, and right now, what do you see right now? Whether it correspond, if we even rotate it for 90 degrees, whether it correspond to what I have explained to you about those 5 groups of transformation. Certainly it's not. But if we pay attention here with this solidification processes, particulate processing, deformation, and so on, to this list, we understand that it comes about the same groups or classes, subclasses of processes that I have been already mentioned. But scheme at the top is another scheme. Yes, once again, whatever classification we do, it's maybe classified by, it's maybe categorized by different signs. And all these classifications, all these categorizing, they are necessary only to make order, I say, in our understanding, in our brains, and to help us to create system of knowledge in our brains. What is given as a scheme here, it's already not about all processes, it's only about manufacturing process of a particular object, let's say. It does not point it on the, it's not focused on the classification of all the ways of possible transformation. It's arrangement of typical manufacturing facility when we have, on one hand, operation of processing of particular parts and operation of assembly, as you might see in another big group. And how many engineers, so many opinions, we usually say, when it comes about technical decisions. Here you see how many authors, so many classifications you will meet. In case I open another book about manufacturing or about another groups of manufacturing processes, we may meet another group of classification. What is in our slides, where our slides are, and we start with what that is another classification, as I said you, not what I have started to explain you at the beginning. And now you see something similar to what is given in a book here, yes, in another orientation. First, parts manufacturing, next it comes to assembling, and next it comes to the testing. But it's already applied exactly to aerospace manufacturing. And in this classification, in this scheme, we have lost already at least the very first group. Very first group, it was transformation of natural objects. So we will start first with another set of slides. And this another set of slides is starting with classification of casting processes. Let's interrupt record for some seconds.